50, you're now going to get into the heavy downpours, maybe some hail, frequent lightning. Groveland in a couple of minutes. Medford in about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes now from Medford and Metro Boston. These are going to be closing in on Boston very quickly. They're sliding to the east-southeast at nearly 45 miles per hour. So they've got a good head of steam with them, and they're going to be inside of Boston, inside of 128 in a matter of minutes. This line also extends back through parts of Worcester County, and it looks like we're about to get into some hail and some heavy downpours in the city of Worcester. And then the outflow from these storms are probably getting close to, say, Milford and the rest of southeastern Worcester County. Tracking this part of the line, you can see it, many thunderstorms in here. A solid line moving east at about 40. Auburn in about 7 minutes. Auburn right there on the Mass Pike. 5:23 for Framingham. Now we're into Metro West in about 20 minutes. Newton about 5:38, and there's Boston. 5:45 to 6 o'clock, we're going to start to get into some very heavy rainfall and some hail. Damaging winds are out ahead of this line. That's what normally happens here when you get these intense squall lines, these solid squall lines. The winds flow out of the storm, they hit the ground, and they blow out ahead of it. And you're going to get a big gust of wind in your face coming in from the west-northwest momentarily. Look at the heat out ahead of these storms. 90 plus. Now we're starting to get some cloud cover in from the debris from the tops of these and the jet stream blowing the cirrus right over Boston. So we've cooled a couple of degrees down to 88, but we did get to 90 plus once again. And of course, that's fueling these storms along with the humidity. Back to the west in rain-cooled air, we're in the 70s and 60s. Through Springfield, you saw the pictures from our sister station WWLP a moment ago. Very dark sky, still getting some lightning. Most of it's cloud to cloud right now, but a few strokes are hitting the ground around Springfield. But that storm is marching right down the same path as last week's tornado. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk of tornadoes today. The atmosphere is not conducive for tornadoes. That doesn't mean that a small or a weak one can't spin up. But mostly what we're seeing here is straight line wind damage, which is very dangerous, and can be just as strong, if not stronger, than some of the weaker tornadoes. But the atmosphere just doesn't have the spin in it like it did last week, last Wednesday, when we had numerous tornadoes touch down, and of course the EF3 that went through Springfield and then down all the way through Sturbridge and Charlton. All right, we're back up here in the Merrimack Valley. Don't want to leave New Hampshire out. Seacoast, New Hampshire, folks on the beaches there, hopefully they're already indoors in a safe place or in their cars, because these storms are right over the beaches. And this one right here looks particularly nasty down around Hampton Beach, probably getting hail an inch or maybe slightly larger than that within these darker shades of pink in here, these brighter magentas moving right over the beaches right now. A lot of lightning, a lot of cloud to ground lightning. You know, maybe not as much as we were seeing when it was back to the west, back towards Springfield and North Adams and in the Berkshires. There's quite a bit more lightning back there. So they might be just weakening a tad, just a tad, but you won't be able to notice it. These are very dangerous storms as they close in from the north and west toward Boston and also from the west. Up here in York County, looks like the beaches are just clearing that nasty storm. There was hail up there in York County and damaging wind gusts for York Beach, etc. And then as we go down into Merrimack Valley, we're also seeing them close in on Essex County and all of the North Shore communities. So you're going to get into the gusts of wind over 60 very shortly. In Worcester, you're about to hit the hail and the heavy rain, and then these are going to progress into southeastern Mass. And keep in mind, there's a severe thunderstorm watch